Hello students, your instructor here again, John Medula with another screencast. This one, picking up where we left off, with animating text in Flash. Now it says you also have to have an image. So to get an image, what you're going to do is go to File, Import, and I always like to import mine to the library first. Alright, so here I am. I'm going to go to a folder where I have some pictures real quickly. I don't know. Just grab one real quickly. Okay, so here's my daughter hanging out by the stroller. And again, it's going to go to my library first, which is what I wanted. I can rename this if I want. I can call it Peach. And then I'm going to zoom way out on this, go to 25%. I'm going to take her, and before I do anything, I'm going to make a new layer. I want her to be at a separate layer for my animated text. Make a new layer, I'll drag it below it. I'll call it Peach Patch, that's what we call her. And I'm just going to drag this image down to here. And I can see it's super huge. So I'm zooming out as much as I can, and I'm just going to click on this, and click this button here, the free transform tool. And I'm just going to hold shift and shrink that down so it's much smaller. Okay. And then black arrow tool to kind of click off of that. I'm going to go back to 50% view here. I can see she's a little bit not so big. Make her a little bit bigger. Hold shift as I drag this out. I'll keep her proportionate. Let's say something like that. Okay. So I got her now in place. As you can see, if I click off here in the timeline, she has kind of like a dark gray color fill in the timeline, and it lasts as long as that animation does, and that's fine. So I scrub through this animation, you can see that it's right there. My name will come into play here, stays there, and then it goes off. Now this is if I want this image to be the same the whole time. Let's say I don't. Let's say partway through, I want a different picture to come in. So that's where I'm going to file, import to the library, a new picture. Let's say this one. And I can see I'll rename this one. I'll call it Peach 2. And I'm going to eventually place it in here, but first what I would do is I'm going to drag select all these frames until about 45, which would be halfway. Then right click in there and just click remove frames. And so what that does is at that point I see my gray background again because I don't have any image there. If you see empty frames like this that are white, that means there's nothing in the layer at that moment. It's similar to when you see the checkerboard pattern in Photoshop, and there's nothing there. But here though, I can see that there is something there. So at this frame, I'm going to zoom way out again. I'm going to take Peach 2. Come on. Oops, I'm sorry. I'm going to insert a keyframe there. And then I'm going to click on this image of Peach and delete it. And then bring in this Peach 2 image right there. I needed to create a keyframe there so that it knew that it was going to be something special and different. If I don't create a keyframe, it'll expect the same thing. So I've got this. I'm going to zoom back in on that. And I'll just position this where I want it. Let's say right there is good. Up a little bit more. Like that. And then I can see that it's only lasting for one frame. As soon as I get past that, it goes empty. So I'm just going to go to the end of this animation, right click, and this time just insert frame. I'm going to keyframe because nothing's changing. I want it to be the Peach 2 picture until this point. So insert a frame, and it's like this. So you can see that what's going on. If I play my animation with enter, there's the first picture, and the text slides into place. Boom, it changes the second picture, and then the text slides off. Maybe that's my introduction. So I met the requirements. I have a tween, animate the text, and I have pictures. Now certainly what you could do if you wanted is have the text hold still and have the pictures animate around behind it, or flip off and on like I have here. Any more questions? Let me know. Thank you. Goodbye.